right. Today's Not So Mystery Guest, please.
Chris, on yesterday's show, you mentioned the brilliant Blue Peter presenter auditions, which always involved an interview taking place whilst bouncing on a trampoline. We all agreed this was the way forward. Somersaulting herself onto the line now is a British world champion gymnast. She's in the gym and on the trampoline as we speak. Please welcome Kat Driscoll.
Good morning, Kat.
Morning.
Are you really bouncing up and down?
I am really bouncing up and down.
Oh, this is so exciting. Have you? You must have done this before, a novelty interview on the trampoline.
I've done lots on the trampoline, but not whilst on the phone.
All right, let's get rid of the music. Let's hear the squeaking. That's good. That is the trampoline. That's not you.
No, yeah, that's the trampoline, not me.
How long have you been tramping for?
I started when I was 7 years old, and I'm 29 this year, so quite a long time.
Now, I used to love the trampoline, right? But obviously, as you get older, you just get a bit scared of everything, life in general. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, you definitely do get more scared as you get older, because obviously you're more aware of what could happen, and you're not as agile as you used to be. It's one of them things that you just accept that it's a scary sport and you get on with it.
Now, obviously, if you use your mobile phone on the road, in charge of a vehicle, you risk, quite rightly, getting 3 points or even worse. How does that work in the trampoline world?
Yeah, I don't think we'd encourage people to use a phone on the trampoline.
Do you have your phone in your right hand or your left hand?
Left hand.
Left hand, okay. Are you right-handed or left-handed?
Right-handed.
Isn't that weird? So you're left-eared but right-handed?
Yeah, it's only because I'm bouncing on my back, so I'm using my right hand to balance.
You're bouncing on your back?
Yep.
Now, is that from standing to on your back, or just generally are you bouncing each time up and down on your back?
Yeah, each time up and down on my back. So it's quite a good core workout.
Well, that's very interesting and very impressive, I have to say. My son's got his birthday this weekend, and he wanted to go to trampolining because there's a jump centre near us, but we can't get in. It's all booked up. I mean,
yeah, it's mad at the moment. It's a complete craze that's taken over the country, and everyone's going crazy for it. But it's just such a good workout for your body. Like 10 minutes of trampolining is the equivalent of 30 minutes of jogging. So which one's going to be more fun for you?
Is it really? What about skipping whilst on a trampoline?
You could try that. It's probably a little bit dangerous, but
hey,
it could be done.
I'm approaching 50. It's time for danger again in my life. But we know why cycling's become so popular. That is the Bradley Wiggins factor. It is directly correlated to Bradley Wiggins. Why has trampolining suddenly become popular? Who is the Bradley Wiggins of trampolining?
I don't really know that there's any one person responsible for it. I think it's accessible to all ages and all abilities. We do a lot of disability trampolining, so it just appeals to a wide range of people, and it's a sport that it's just fun. It's a good workout, and you can, even when you're an adult, you can feel like you're a kid again.
But it's funny though, isn't it? Because that's always been the case, but now there's this huge resurgence in trampoline popularity.
Yeah, I guess it's just because everyone's trying to get fit all the time now, aren't they? So they're trying to find the easiest ways and the most fun ways of getting fit, and trampolining just fits that bill.
This is so unfair, because the original Blue Peter audition was for the presenter to be jumping up and down as well. I feel like I'm cheating here. I'd like to try and do the equivalent. Maybe one day we'll get together and make that happen, or do it on the One Show. We haven't done a trampoline thing on the One Show. Well, let's do a trampoline consumer test from the smallest trampoline to the biggest trampoline. What is the Rolls Royce of trampolines?
Trampolines that we compete on, kind of for like the Olympic Games, are crazy, super bouncy trampolines that are made by a company in Germany called Eurotramp, and they're not anything like what you're going to find in like the trampoline centres or garden trampolines. They're much bigger and springier.
Yeah, and they mean business. I've stepped on one of those. They're coarser, they're firmer, aren't they? They're tauter. They're like the athletes themselves.
Yeah, and they obviously. They're a lot more powerful, so they can spring people up a lot higher. So you're talking jumping up to 2 double-decker buses end on end, so between 8 and 10 metres high.
Right.
That's kind of like a dive that Tom Daley does each time.
Wow, that's impressive. Now, Kat, feel free to say no to this, but could you put together a very brief combination for us whilst you're on the phone and take us through it whilst you're doing it, please?
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm just straight jumping at the moment.
Yep.
And I'm going to do a tuck back somersault, so a single somersault with my knees bent into my chest.
Right.
And then a front somersault with a half turn, which we call a Barani. So they're kind of some of the basic somersaults that people would learn.
Right.
So another back somersault.
Are you doing that?
Barani.
Are you doing that now as we're speaking?
Yep.
Oh, this is too good. Best guest ever. Go on.
Somersaulting
Big
from my
finish.
back,
Big finish.
over and over,
Big finish.
back to back,
Yeah, and
and then a front somersault from my back onto my feet.
all right, brilliant. That's amazing. Come on, team, come in here and give her a live round of applause. Best guest we've ever had on the telephone. Come on now. Okay, this is a live round of applause.